y'all. So it's been a couple days since I reported what was going on with the Diddy case, or trial rather, and it's been a lot going on. Yesterday, the security from the hotel testified, and also the CFO testified yesterday. I'm sure a lot of you heard about their testimony already. But yeah, that right there with the CFO, that definitely helped the prosecutors with their RICO charge. If you guys don't know, it definitely helped them because it showed how Diddy was using business income and funds to pay for his illegal activities, allegedly. Okay, his criminal activities. So yeah, that definitely helped the prosecution. Earlier yesterday, the security guard, it started in the morning, the security guard, he testified um, uh, against Diddy about what happened in that hotel and the funds that he was paid. Diddy paid him and his boss and another security $100,000, which they shared. And he talked about how that worked because we always wondering what happened. And that's just crazy. But one of the things that's irritating with this case for me is the amount of people that the prosecution gave profit deals to. I think that's ridiculous, and it should be a limit to how many people that they give profit deals to. I get that you want Diddy so bad, okay? But I feel like y'all already got him. Instead, y'all let all these people off and gave them deals to testify against Diddy and let them go. I don't think that's right. They should be behind bars too. There's no way that you let all these people go. Because honestly, and I was thinking about this yesterday when I read the transcript and read everything in the testimony that was given by the security guard. And I'm thinking like, and I've been telling you guys this, I was thinking like, here they go, letting somebody else go again. And the people that they letting go, in my opinion, is probably even more dangerous than Diddy himself. Because Diddy was telling these people to do all these things and paying them to do all these things. But the people that was willing to do it is more dangerous than him, in my opinion. And they get to still walk around on these streets and be manipulated and do anything for money. It just go to show their character. And I don't feel that they should be let go stock free and not have to answer to the stuff that they did. Those are the type of people that are dangerous, in my opinion. That means that if the right person come back along and give them an offer to do something stupid and foolish, they will be willing to do it. Just imagine you inside of a hotel and some illegal stuff happen and it's not reported by security, because they get paid off. Just imagine that. That probably would have saved Cassie from other stuff that happened after that. And then there's a witness that's coming up today. It's being said that the witness that's coming up today, because they calling her Jane Doe. Well, I'm not going to say her name. I said her name before because it came up in testimony in the last few weeks. But I'm not going to say her name just because they going by Jane Doe right now for her. And it was already a big issue with the Mia situation because her true identity came out. And so, I don't know if YouTubers and content creators know it or not, but you can get in trouble by releasing names of people when they are supposed to have their identity withheld. You don't have the right to do that. So releasing her name and identity, I don't know if you guys know that, but the feds, they can come after you for that. You're not supposed to do it. It doesn't matter that you're not a real news station or whatever. You're up here reporting this case and you're not supposed to put her identity out to the public. But I think we're a little bit too late for that now because everybody know who she is. Her identity was revealed. I don't know who did it, but somebody did it. They put it out there, honey, videos and everything of her. And so even though I know who this Jane Doe is today and her name has already been put out there, just off the strength, I'm not going to say her name. But it's believed that she is the victim that Diddy hung over the balcony. So that's what people are saying. And I believe that to be true because why would she not come testify? Okay? So that's what's being said. I'm not going to say her name. Her name did come up in testimony though, so far. So if you guys know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But yeah, she's supposed to be coming to testify today, and we'll see how that go. So another thing that a lot of people are saying is that Diddy may get a mistrial. And I explained this to you guys a couple weeks ago. A mistrial is not really a good thing. I don't know why people are assuming that him getting a mistrial is good for him. No, it's not. That's more money that he's going to have to pay, and he's still going to be in jail. It's like starting back over from scratch. As if the first trial never existed. It's like starting everything all the way over. So I don't know why people keep on talking about a mistrial. And it seems as if the defense want one because they keep trying to get the judge to declare a mistrial. Every little thing that happened, the defense, hey, Yana, you know, we're asking you to, you know, declare a mistrial because of this, and it's be petty stuff that they asking for a mistrial for. I'm like, you know, why are you doing that? There's no grounds for a mistrial. There's no grounds for a mistrial, in my opinion. I am not a lawyer, but in my opinion, they're asking for a mistrial for the most pettiest things, and it's stupid. I know the judge is tired of them now. But in the same token, it benefits the lawyers. I explained this to you guys a couple of weeks ago. It benefits the lawyers because they could get to continue to get paid to go through a whole nother trial. It does not benefit Diddy in any way. He's still sitting in jail. He's not getting out. And he has to pay for these lawyers all over again, which I believe he should have just went and got neighborhood lawyers, because I don't believe any one of them is worth the money that he's paying them. I heard that he's paying them like $5,000 an hour. That's what I heard. But I'm not sure on that. Everything in this video is alleged. And if so, it's not worth it. Mark Agnifilio, or Filio, however you say his name, but I always just say Mark Agnifilio. Him, I think he asked the worst questions, and I thought he was, and he's the head lawyer on the defense team. He's the head attorney on the defense team, and he asked the worst questions, in my opinion. I don't know if he got some type of strategy for asking the questions that he asks or moving the way that he do, but he don't be getting to the bottom of anything when he get up there at all, period. He acts stupid stuff. So, was Diddy a good person? What school did you go to? And what that have to do with getting your client off of his case? What are you doing? If I was Diddy, I would have been fired him. Okay? The best ones, like I said last week, is Westmoreland. And what's the other one? Y'all know the other one. What's his name? Brian Steele. Them the best ones on his team, in my opinion. The other ones, I don't know what he got all these lawyers for. They not doing. He need to fire everybody else and just keep them, because they the only ones that ask questions that kind of reveal some things about the witnesses sometime. Because they still not gonna win, in my opinion. They not gonna win, but at least they, you know, sparking something to make the jurors look at the witnesses twice. The other ones, I don't know what they be doing besides wasting time and running up the hours to keep getting paid. It seemed like they always trying to extend the amount of time that they get to cross-examine. They always trying to make it last longer. The judge done came to them so many times about deadlines of getting witnesses off the stand from testifying, and they always try to go past the deadline or the time that they have to cross-examine them. So I don't know what's the strategy with that. So now it's being said that the Jane Doe that's coming up, or she's supposed to be up today, if they do not try to run the time out. She's supposed to come up today. They saying that she's supposed to be testifying for several days. So I don't know how much information she will have. It's being said that it's the victim that Diddy dangled over the 17th floor balcony. However, I don't know why it would take so many days for her to give testimony. I mean, the only person that I would see needing that much time to give a testimony is Cassie, and she already did that. So, like, how long do you need to talk about the incident unless you have more information than what we know about him in other incidents? And it's just really sad that all of these people, a lot of these people that's coming up there is Cassie friends that was there and, you know, didn't have anything to do with Diddy and just so happened to catch the wrath being her friend. And she bogus because, and I said this a couple weeks ago and last week. As sorry as I feel for Cassie and the things that she went through, she still has to be held accountable for her part. Okay? Because people keep saying, oh, she was 19 years old. She stayed with him 11 years. She was 19 years old for 11 years. At some point, when do we start holding adults accountable for their actions and the things that they do? Your friends got, you know, I'm trying not to use certain words, but they got they hands put on them and all type of stuff, and you did nothing. See, like I said last week, where I'm from, ain't no way. Because where I'm from, you stand there and watch me get beat up. Guess what's gonna happen when I get through getting beat up? Now you finna get it, cause you did nothing to help me. And it just don't make no sense, the stuff that they allow him to do. I really feel like a lot of people, like I said before, allow a lot of the stuff that was going on to happen because of the benefit of just even being around this man. The benefit of going on trips and being able to come to parties and things like that. Even like with Mia. I don't care what nobody say. The defense ate her up on the stand. They ate her up. They said that the jury was looking at her and was not, they could tell that the jury was not going for her story. And another thing that, you know, made me not even want to do a video on this in the last couple days, because the whole case is irritating and it makes you look twice at everything, is the fact that it's obvious that the government has coached these people on what to say on that stand. And I'm sorry to say it. Do I believe that Diddy did the stuff that they're saying he did? Absolutely. I'm not saying that. So let's get that 100% straight. He's exactly where he needs to be for the things that he's done. He's a sick individual, okay? So that's not a question. But y'all coaching them to say these things on the stand, if you even pay attention to their questioning, you could tell from their questioning, because they answer and ask stuff at the same time. As when they do their questioning on the stand, if you pay attention to the type of questions that they ask, it'll be something like, they'll ask something like, okay, like say the witness is telling what happened to them. And they'll say, okay, you put your shoes back on. Who was Diddy calling when you put your shoes back on? How would you know that he called somebody? I'm supposed to be telling you what happened to me. And it's like you're telling me what happened while asking me too. So you can look at it in two ways. You can look at it as if they coached them to say these things, or they just know the story so they know what to ask next. But I really feel like it was a lot coached, because if you really look at Mia's testimony, is the way the defense ran her in the ground like that and made her look foolish on that stand. You know, she wasn't prepared for that. And so I don't know how they didn't prepare her for that. When she got to the hard questions, she kept saying, ask my therapist. I don't know, ask my therapist. No, ma'am. Nobody is going to sit there with somebody who SA'd them and take a picture with a tutu talking about I'm so hot, I'm ready to throw my panties, while the person who is in the picture that did that to them is holding his crotch with no shirt on. What? Stop playing. I had enough of it then. When I heard that, it was like, look, okay? And Diddy getting the mistrial, like I said, ain't gonna happen. And if it do happen, it does not help him. People act like a mistrial is an acquittal. It's not. Unless he is found not guilty on those charges, and that's every charge, he's not getting out of jail. Even if he's found guilty on one charge, he's still staying up in there. So I don't know what people don't understand about that. He can't post bail because he already gave up his right to bail months ago. He gave up his right to get bail. So he's not going nowhere. I don't understand if people don't understand how that works. They think that if he get a mistrial, he get to go home and fight the case from the street. If that's the case, he'll be on the street right now. He's not going anywhere. because they already, you know what I'm saying, said how he was witness tampering. And that's foolish for them to even be looking for a mistrial, because if he get a mistrial, they're going to get even more witnesses. But what they need to stop doing is all these profit deals and giving all these witnesses deals. And let's talk about that Christina Quorum. I told you, I've been telling y'all since day one of trial. I've been telling y'all before trial. When I was reading all the filings and documents and stuff that was being filed before trial even started. And since trial has started, if you guys have been keeping up with all of the testimonies so far in this trial, y'all know Christina Quorum, her name has came up way too many times. And even yesterday, her name came up again when it came to the hotel security, and him said that she was calling up to the hotel requesting to get that videotape for Diddy. She knew what was going on. She was an accomplice. Now, I don't know what's going on with the government when it comes to Christina Quorum. I don't think that she's a witness in this trial, because I'm sure she would have came up already unless they holding her for the end. But if they gave her any type of profit deal or anything, they done lost their man. For real. Because ain't no way that lady belong behind bars. And I said that last week. And she was aware of everything. Her name has came up in almost every testimony in this trial. Unless it was somebody like the CFO who testified yesterday, or if it was a specialist or something that got on the stand. Besides that, it seemed like every other witness or alleged victim was had something to say about Christina Quorum. She played a huge role in the things that Diddy was doing. She called up to the hotel. The security guard said that yesterday, and came to the front desk trying to talk to security and get them to release the tapes to her. And talking on the behalf of Diddy. She knew exactly what was going on. He said that when he went to the hotel to collect the $100,000 in cash, that Christina Quorum was there. To the hotel, wherever it was at. I think it was a condo. He said it was a condo. So I guess Diddy had a condo somewhere in New York or wherever it happened at, okay? And Christina Quorum was there. That's all I know. I don't care where it was at. She was there. So that lady, I don't know if she trying to leave the country or what, but this would be a good time, honey. You should have been already did that, because I'm sure if she is not in this trial in any way, and we don't know yet because there's still so much more to go, I don't think she is. They not gonna let her off easy. That one right there, they cannot. They have no reason to get her to flip on Diddy, because they already got so many witnesses that incriminate her with their testimony that they don't need her testimony. They don't need it at all. Now she's an accomplice, and what I think is going to happen is when this trial is over, they're going for her, as they should. There's no way she should get off. Now, all these other witnesses, I think they play a huge part in the things that he was doing. And they are guilty in some way, form, or fashion as well. But Christina Quorum, her hands are very dirty. She got a lot of dirt on her hands. And no telling what else she did for Diddy, because she was there for everything so far. That's what it looked like. And she helped him plan out and follow through with the illegal activities and criminal activities he was doing. I reported to y'all, when was that? Week 4 last, when Cassie, I think it was Cassie that said during her testimony, it was somebody was saying how Christina Quorum would call Cassie and say, "Oh, he's not mad no more. You could come back over here. He's not mad. He just, want to talk to you," knowing that she was coming into doomsday if she would have came. Lying to her. He getting Christina to call Cassie just to come into an ambush, basically. Lying. Knowing that he was doing those things to her. And she did nothing. I feel like the person that sit around and do nothing and know what's going on and help is even more dangerous than the person that did it. Honestly. If you really look at it. Because we know what you're about. But those people prove that they'll do anything for money, fame, to be around people. And so I think it's wrong that the prosecution and the government is allowing all these people to take deals. And that means they still out here on the street. They still gonna use whatever resources or whatever they have to try to still be around people that got money and stay in the entertainment industry and things like that. And no telling who else they doing this type of stuff for. If y'all think Diddy the only one, you crazy. He the only one that we know about. He the only one that's been called out. He's the only one that's in jail with this mess right now. It's already been said that Diddy was not the only one doing these parties. I don't know if it was a hotel worker or somebody that testified that said that it was not always Diddy and Cassie. It was other people that was doing them parties too. Yeah. And those names haven't came out yet. It might not come out. I really think that, like I told y'all before, this case is deeper than just Diddy and this Cassie mess and these victims. Something else is going on behind the scenes. I also, if y'all notice, there's a lot of accusations and things that came out since September, and so many things that's been said about Diddy that he was not even charged for. I don't know if the government couldn't find evidence of those things, or they are trying to protect other big names that could have been in this case. I feel like Diddy know exactly what that is, and he's probably holding those things to his chest to use at a later date. Depending on how this case turned out, it seemed like it's that way to me. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think on that. But it seems like it's something else, because ain't no way he's supposed to be in this position and nobody is up there with him. And then all the other things that we heard that was going on behind the scenes. What happened to all the tapes? The 5,000 hours of tapes and all that stuff. You trying to tell me that it was just tapes of Cassie? And those adult workers that got on the stand and testified so far, you telling me it was 5,000 hours of just that? No, that ain't what's been being said since September. There was a whole lot of stuff that came out. But we haven't heard about that at all in this trial. They narrowed all this stuff down, and I feel like it was to protect the identities of all the other people that was involved, because they are even bigger names than him. But depending on how this case turned out, he might just say, forget that. You think you finna give me 30, 40 years life and I'm not taking nobody else down with me? Oh no, I'm about to tell on everything that really happened. Yeah. So I don't know, y'all. I just wanted to do a quick rant this morning and talk about this mistrial rumors that ain't probably going to happen, because every time they bring it to Judge Submarinian or Manian, however you say his name, he shoot it straight down. He'd be like, no. Absolutely not, no. It's like a kid steady asking their mom for candy and she keep telling them, no, you're not getting it. That's what it's like. They keep asking knowing the answer is no. And it's not going to happen, you know? And these witnesses is irritating, you know, some of them. Now, the one that's getting up there today is being said that she did not file a lawsuit against Diddy. She has no reason to get up there and lie and just make up stuff because she was not trying to go for money. She has no motive behind getting up there and lying. So I feel that she could possibly be a witness for real, okay? The rest of these people's hands are dirty just like his. Let's stop playing games. And it's probably not everybody, but majority of the witnesses that got up there so far, in my opinion, their hands are dirty just as Diddy's is, and they played a part in the things that he was doing, and they was allowing him to do the things and mistreat them just so they could still stay around. They knew if they would have got up and said anything that they wouldn't have access to the parties, the trips, the vacations, and all the other things that they was getting, the money and the clout. They wouldn't have had access to that. So they allowed him to do all those things just so they could stay around. There's people that's literally out here like that. They will let you talk to them crazy and everything just so they can still stay around you and benefit for what you have to offer. Smile in your face just so they can stay around. So I feel a lot of them took that on purpose, you know, and did it and made the decision like, okay, yeah, I'm going through this one. I see what he doing, but I don't want to say nothing. And now everybody trying to say they scared of Diddy. Come on now. So all y'all was scared of him? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But that's just my opinion. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. I just wanted to do a quick rant today before trial start, which is about to start, probably starting now. And so I'm going to tune into that, see what's going on, and I'll come back later and let y'all know what happened today, because it's supposed to be really good. It's being said a lot of good stuff going to happen today. when it comes to trial and testimony. So we'll see how that go. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.